Alright, so what's going on? So I pushed Colt to 1,000 trophies on Vault, and honestly, it was hard, but luckily, I got some tips and tricks to help you out if you want to push Colt to 1,000 trophies, so let's get into it. Alright, so for the gadget, we're going to use Silver Bullet, and I'll give you more reasons why I'm going to use this gadget instead of the other one later in the video. And then for the star power, we're going to use Slick Boots, so it makes Colt 13% faster. And then for the first gear, we're going to use Reload Speed, and then for the second gear, we're going to use Speed. And then we're also going to run with this hypercharge, which is going to make this build a lot better. All right, so we're going to be playing on this heist map. So one of the main reasons why Colt is good on this map is because of these 4 choke points. It makes it really easy for Colt to hit his shots. And to get back to the point why I use this gadget instead is for basically map control. So basically, if there's any brawlers hiding in this grassy area, I can use the gadget to split up the middle part of the map. It makes it harder for the enemy brawler to be hiding in the bushes, and it makes it easier for me to kind of look for other brawlers. And you can do the exact same thing while you're pushing. You can keep it 2 sections so they have nowhere to hide, and you can also use the center part of the wall to break it down so you can keep tapping on their safe. Alright, since now you know how I push Colt to 1,000 trophies, let's get into these clips and watch it in action. Alright, so the first match we're going to be faced against long range brawlers, but if we follow the tactics we should be fine. So in the beginning of the match I was seeing that Crow was facing 2 brawlers, so I was going to go ahead and rotate to the other side. So as I was pushing, I was seeing that they were moving back, so I took advantage and started to push forward. And I got the kill on Piper, and as I was going forward, I used the gadget to kind of open up the map. There's 2 sections, so I can't be getting tapped by Melody. So now the only thing I really need to do is just hold down my lane and not get over pushed, because they're going to overextend. So right here I just use my super, and I do open up the map, which is going to help Crow get extra taps on the safe. So the same thing applies. All you got to do is just make sure you hit your shots. And right here I use my super, but I believe I died by Melody, but we did do a trade. So now I have my hypercharge, so all I'm going to do is try to farm and get that hypercharge and my super at the same time, which I do, and I just do extra damage on the safe and get kills at the same time, and Crow just uses his hypercharge and we win that game. So in this match we have more of an advantage because we have long range brawlers and they don't. So even if they all have short range brawlers, we can still use our gadget to kind of put the map to how we really want it. So you see already Nita's getting overpowered from the range. So now all I basically have to do is hold my lane and do as much damage to the safe as possible, while at the same time just keeping distance. So even though this was a really easy game, as you can see, all you really got to do is keep your distance, especially when they pick short range brawlers. You can just use the map to however you want. Even if you're faced against all long range brawlers, you still can use your advantage from the gadget. And right here I get my hypercharge off of Amber, and I used all that on the safe so I can get the extra damage. And as you can see, that Nita pick, she's just really walking around, really can't do nothing to nobody because we all just outrange her. But anyways, that was a quick win, so let's get on to the next one. Alright, so this match wasn't a little different, but we're facing a Chuck. It was probably the only real issue in these matches. So I guess the only way you can really counter a Chuck is to either do as much damage to him and the safe at the same time. And as you can see, we killed him in the beginning of the map, which gave us map advantage. And we killed Jesse, which makes us in pretty good shape. And then we used the super at the same time to do damage on Chuck and to open up the map, which is going to help us later on. So now all I basically have to do is kind of hold the middle lane and kind of be annoying and keep tapping other players while they're trying to push. And also to keep in mind, when you're doing damage first to the safe when you're facing against a Chuck, that's a good sign, because as soon as he starts putting his pulls at your safe, he's going to continue to do damage the whole game. And even though Chuck does get his pull to the other side, we already have map control and we do have damage, so we're looking pretty good at the moment. So all I do now is hold my lane, and I believe I get my hypercharge, and I go ahead and do extra damage against the safe. And after that I end up dying, but that doesn't matter because we do end up winning the game. Alright, so that's going to be the end of the video. I really hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys want to see more content like this, please subscribe, leave any comments. If you guys have any suggestions or opinions, I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.